my whole reasoning and inspiration behind doing videos like this is because this is how I became interested in this lifestyle. I was confronted with all these facts, statistics, and I was flooded with all this new knowledge that I had no idea even existed. No one talks about this stuff, and it just blew my mind. I never knew my food choices impacted the entire world. I thought they only impacted myself and my body. I was so wrong. And I think a lot of people think that way as well. So that's why I like showing people these videos. And I only do it if they're really interested in it. I never force anyone to watch them. It all comes up very organically and it just kind of happens. So with my friends and family, I like to talk about these things with them so that they know the facts, especially watching these documentaries. If you are eating and consuming animal products, you have the responsibility of knowing this stuff and having that in your mind at all times and in your heart, because then you can't play the ignorant card anymore, which is complete bullshit. You actually have to take responsibility for your actions at that point. And I can't force anyone to go vegan. I can't. If you try to force anyone to go vegan, it won't work and you'll probably fail and they probably won't last. So all you can really do is show them why it's a good idea to go vegan and the seriousness of the situation and hope for the best. And if you don't want to go vegan, fine. I can't make you. But I think if you are eating animal products, you need to know the full impact that it has on your own health, the environment, and the animals that suffer because of it. And just a heads up, the audio is screwed up at the beginning of this video when I'm doing my initial interviews of them. I'm still figuring out my new microphone and technology is the worst, basically. Volume's very low, staticky, I'm putting in subtitles, and after that the audio is fine. Just that first part, I don't know what happened. Alright, so let's hear Sean and Shannon's initial thoughts going into watching Cowspiracy.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on going vegan? Would you ever do it? Have you ever considered it?
Yes. Yes and yes. I have considered it probably once a week for the past 4 years. I would consider doing it. It's hard because the husband is a carnivore through and through.
What are the deciding factors?
Self-discipline. Truly. It's just hard. It seems hard. It seems like a lot of work to be vegan, and it seems a bit ostracizing. It's not the communal fun thing to do. I'm for it.
Okay.
It's just hard. Especially where we live, because everything revolves around when you're out with people, you're out to eat. And things like that. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I do the grocery shopping, and I actually don't buy a lot of meat and stuff like that. We eat a lot of produce and stuff at home.
Yeah.
Just when we go out.
What would be the main reason, if you were to go vegan, that you would go vegan? Would it be health, animals, environment? What kind of draws you in the most, or what speaks to you the most?
The health benefits for sure. I like that. I like the whole not eating things that are toxic for you. That's in general. I don't use anything that's not natural at home. Yeah. Also the animals, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when I stop and really think about it, that's really sad. But mostly it's because of health and environment, I would say. I like what I'm learning about the environmental impact of being vegan.
All respect to our vegans out there. I've never thought about becoming a vegan, and I probably never will become a vegan. So, peace and love. The biggest problem for me becoming vegan is probably the idea that I wouldn't be able to eat meat anymore. So, some examples would be pulled pork, steak, burgers, bacon. Yeah, and I eat it all the time. What else would I eat? Fish? Did we talk about fish yet?
No. Do you like fish?
Fish is meat too.
Yeah.
I love fish.
All right, there
Crab,
you go.
lobster, salmon. I don't know much about it, but from what I've heard, it seems like meat screws up the environment a little bit. So I'm definitely interested to hear more
Yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Don't fully understand it.
Okay. If Shannon went vegan, well, if she cooked vegan food at home and she made really good vegan food, would you be into it? Eating vegan at home, maybe.
Oh, totally.
Cool.
Especially because, I mean, she cooks all the food, so if she cooked it, I'd kind of have to eat it.
It's pretty clear that Shannon is more excited and open about going vegan than Sean is. Now we're gonna watch Cowspiracy all together, and afterwards, we're gonna see what they think. By the way, that's my husband Tim. He's seen Cowspiracy before. He's just tagging along for the ride.
What are your initial raw thoughts, emotions, feelings? What are you thinking?
Well, I never want to touch meat again after that. So there's that. The duck thing really was painful to watch. Yeah. Well, all of it was painful to watch, actually. I didn't realize that it was the #1 threat to the earth. So that's terrible. There's really no good reason to eat meat. That's what I feel right now. Is that there is no good excuse or reason to consume meat or animal products.
Yeah. Are you gonna change your lifestyle? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, I've always known it's a good thing to do, but I feel very persuaded now.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, it will at least make you stop and think before you consume something, which is a good place to start. But I really I don't think, if I'm stopping to think about it, I don't think I'll actually want to continue that lifestyle of consuming things that are hurtful or harmful to the environment, things like that.
I don't want to push anything on you, but do you think that you will be more plant-based now at home, or try to buy stuff that's more plant forward?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mostly buy meat for him. I cook meat. I'll cook chicken for dinner or something because I know
for him.
Oh, fuck you, Sean.
So yeah, I think if we're both on board, I will definitely cook things. My problem is I'm a basic cook, so I'll steam some vegetables, but that's gonna get real old real fast. So you can give me recipes.
Yeah, girl. I'll help you out.
Like I said, I don't see the point in eating meat. If you don't need it, it's terrible for the environment. And it's terrible for animals, and it's bad for you. I don't wanna. It's very doable and wise and responsible to eat a plant-based diet.
And I think it's also interesting that there's this level of speciesism that dogs and cats are up here, they're the best, you can't eat them. And then pigs and cows and chickens are the lowly animals, they're fine to eat. And to me it's why is there a difference? And why have we set this double standard? If someone in the US was to kill a dog on the street, or to hunt a dog, be well, I'm eating it, I'm using all of its parts, people would go ape shit. They would freak out. And I just think it's so interesting, especially social media now, the whole Harambe the gorilla and stuff like that, and these African poachers who go and kill these exotic animals, and people are up in arms about it. But the reality is animals are being killed by the billions every day, and they're just cows, pigs, and chickens. But that's the thing, they are viewed as just cows, pigs, and chickens.
Well, you're taught from infancy that there's jungle animals and forest animals and barnyard animals. And the barnyard animals are the ones that we can eat. You're literally taught that since you're 1 year old. When you start making animal sounds, you're taught to classify them as, I don't know,
This is interesting.
Nice squirt.
I
know. Actually, I think this one is, though.
Yeah, so that was a little crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I've never heard any of that stuff before. I think the thing that stood out to me the most is like the kind of the corruption in the nonprofit sector that is kind of like skirting around research or skirting around the issue potentially to like, you know, please others. And there's a lot of money that seems involved that is kind of, it's just super sketchy. Like, especially when they were talking about like the activists that have risked their lives and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
oh, that's mine.
watch out. You should watch out making this video.
I know, they're probably texting me.
Yeah, don't put your address on this thing. I don't know, so that's crazy, like, to think that, because there are a lot of, like, numbers being thrown around in the video, like, things that are, like, I mean, they attempted to make it, like, really simple for us, I think, but, like, the numbers are so much bigger than us that it's really hard to, like, conceptualize, like, okay, I understand that there's statistics around this stuff, but, like, it just seems so big for us, and I think we need people like these nonprofit organizations and these conservationist groups to like take data and make it simple for us to understand, and to think that the people that are supposed to be serving us by helping us understand this stuff are either ignoring issues or refusing to talk about certain things. Is like troubling, really troubling for me. It was just really funny when obviously you're trying to get like a response out of someone and it's very obvious that they're like not willing to talk about something. Or like the one girl that was like, I don't know if I feel comfortable talking about this. Like,
so before we watched it, you were like, I love fish. That's like I love it. What do you think now? Do you think you'll eat the same amount of fish? Less fish?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it doesn't change like your desire for like a taste or a product or something, but I think the video made it really clear that we have a responsibility to respond to this kind of the issue, the problem. And like initially it talked about, I gave an example of how this guy who produced the videos understood that way beyond all this stuff and was starting to change his lifestyle based on, instead of driving, he was riding his bike and he was taking the showers and all that kind of stuff. So I think in the same way we have our own responsibility in this way. So I think I would need to change. I don't know what that looks like yet, but I've been raised to treat meat as like a staple in my diet. Like like this is like kind of like the core, and then you build like your veggies around it and your fruit. And I think that's being shaken up. Where maybe I can take meat, at least now, and put it more in like the dessert category, you know, how often I eat ice cream, which is probably too much. Yeah, so I think I need to change the role that isn't. Maybe it no longer should be a staple in my diet. It needs to be a add-on or something, you know, like that. Maybe that's my way of contributing. But I think the video also showed that it's like much larger than just our own personal responsibility, but it is like corporate level crap going down that like we need to kind of be activists for against.
So moving forward, I know it's so fresh and new in your mind, but do you have any like goals or like certain things maybe like that you want to set for yourself to maybe, I don't know, do you have like a certain limit of meat and dairy that you want to consider? You haven't even thought about it, or I don't know, where are you at with that?
I don't think I've thought about it, but obviously, like Shannon said, she is the chaper, so I'm limited to what we have, you know. But especially if it's a decision we want to make together, like I'm all about that. Yeah, I mean, in many ways, I think it's a healthier lifestyle too, like to eat better for my body and know that if I don't eat meat, I'm not going to crumble and die, you know, like. So yeah, I'm all for setting goals around that.
So what are your final thoughts on the documentary? Final takeaways?
Other people should watch it too. Because I think like I've never heard anything like this, and I think we need to talk more about it, and people need to understand, because it's so like societal. Us as a culture has this problem, not just individually. Like we are fascinated and like addicted to meat, and so I need to evangelize that a little bit. But I think I need to digest it a little bit more, pun intended.
Do you think you'd recommend it to your friends and family to watch it?
Totally.
Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like this idea? Do you think this is an effective way to get your loved ones, your friends, to see your perspective and to understand why you are vegan. I personally think that the argument for veganism on the side of environmental issues is one of the most strongest because it affects literally everyone. There are people on this planet who could care less about their health and or they will never give up meat because they just love it too much. But I think if you consider your future generations of your children and their children and so on and so forth, you kind of start to think about it more seriously, especially the state of our world right now is just not good. It's pretty bad. Also, let me know any other vegan videos, documentaries I should have my friends watch and film their reaction. I love these videos. I think they are really great learning tools and they are very beneficial to everyone involved. I think my friends really love doing it as well. So please let me know what I should do next and I will film it for you. Let's all continue to learn and grow together. And I encourage each and every one of you out there watching this to spread the vegan message, to spread these facts and numbers in a compassionate, loving way. Don't force it down anyone's throat. Don't be aggressive. I understand that you can be very passionate and excited about this, especially after first going vegan, but it's important to realize that there's a learning curve involved, and a lot of people are learning this stuff for the very first time after decades of doing the same thing over and over again. So it could take some time. Just approach everyone with love, compassion, respect, and one day the world will go vegan.